Hey everybody, Alicia G here with the new review for New Release Wednesday, and this one admittedly is a little overdue. That's right, I am finally getting to the review of the finale of Generation X, so issues 85 and 86. Admittedly, I have been late on this because I felt that reviewing it was kind of a finality. It meant it really was over. There'd be no new issues. And I didn't want to admit that it was over. This is a continuation of my all-time favorite series growing up. And I felt it really captured the spirit of the original Generation X. It was fun, it was quirky, it was weird. The villain was creepy as hell. It had enough throwbacks to the original while still focusing on the new kids. I couldn't ask for much more from the series. Except, you know, more issues. Damn it, Marvel, why? But I'm conflicted about something. And I feel like I'm going to be spending the majority of my time on this feeling here. And I already spoke with the writer Christina Strain about it. We had a nice conversation about it, actually. She's great. I definitely recommend watching The Magicians, which she is a writer on that show, so check that out if you want to continue to support her work. But here's where I'm conflicted. I feel the way that Jubilee's mutant powers were restored via Quentin Quire giving up his Phoenix shard to do that, to save Jubilee, because she believed in him. Oh, that was great. That's a great character moment there for Quentin. This series made me like him, which, all things considered, that's a big accomplishment. And Jubilee, just as soon as she gets over the initial shock of, oh my god, I'm no longer on fire, I'm no longer undead, and now my mutant power's back, just goes right into ass-kicking mode, and it's just like, alright, stop hurting my students. And she and Husk and Chamber all just go in and try to get Monet back from being controlled by her brother, being possessed by her brother. That I liked. Part of my problem is the fan reaction. It's everyone saying Jubilee's back. No. Jubilee never went anywhere. That's the problem, is this attitude that, and I'm not trying to pick fights with anyone, but the whole attitude that Jubilee is only as good as her powers, or Jubilee is only good when she has said powers, is a crap notion, I'm sorry. I thought that there were some rough spots in between M-Day and now, but I thought there were a lot of writers that actually handled her vampirism well. I felt like the vampirism was like a love letter to Jubilee's ability to survive and endure any situation. Yeah, she went through some shit. She had to deal with the fact that everything about her was changed, but still try to hold on and maintain who she is, and that is a testament of love to who Jubilee is as a character. She's not just her powers. She was never just her powers. And she was never just some bubbly kid. She was, at her core, a survivor. And that, right there, is the most important trait about Jubilee. So every time I hear someone say, oh, Jubilee's back, it's like, dude, she never left. That's the problem. She never left. Minus those few spots where she actually literally was not in any comic running at that time. She didn't leave. The core of who Jubilee is did not leave. And I feel that's something that just really annoys me. I did like a comment, though, that Tumblr user average dash X-Men drawings, which, by the way, check them out. Their art is fantastic. But something that they said when they drew a fan art of Jubilee with her powers back, they said, when you also get a Phoenix Resurrection this week, but you don't want to brag. And I thought that was a really good way of wording it. She did get a bit of a Phoenix Resurrection to return back to the girl she was, the girl she missed being, because she had spent so much time and energy focusing on her vampirism and trying not to succumb to it. And they wrapped everything up really nice and neat in dealing with that. I regret the series not going on for several reasons. One, I feel like a lot of the characters in Jubilee's class are now going back to comic book limbo, and that comic gave a lot of really great cameos to other underappreciated X characters. I'm worried after Mystery and Madripoor, which is coming out in May, that after that's over, we're not going to get a lot of Jubilee. Jubilee and Chambers' relationship is probably going to be put on the back burner once we finally have it, and I have shipped this since New Warriors, so it's like, why are you doing this to me? And I'm really worried that we're not going to get to deal with the aftermath of Jubilee getting her powers back. Not in the way that it should be dealt with, because, yay, mutant powers are back, but you've got to sit there and think, what does that mean for her? She spent years being undead, and that means there are certain functions of the body that were not working for years. That's going to mess somebody up. Not to mention the fact that while she was undead, she could just run into battle, or jump on a sword to disarm someone, which that did happen. Get impaled by a rebar and walk it off. I mean, she was so used to being able to pull a Logan and just run in there and worry about the damages later. Now she's back to being mortal. She can't do that. It's going to be an adjustment period where she has to go through and be like, crap, I can't do what I was doing before. I have to be careful. I feel like it's going to be glossed over by a lot of writers or whoever picks her up next, and that worries me, especially with how well Christina Strain handled Jubilee during Generation X, dealing with her vampirism, dealing with everything. She really explored the minds of the characters, and with her writing background on the Magicians, I feel that would have been a topic she really could have handled extremely well. But we'll never get that opportunity. The art in the last two issues by Amilcar Pina has been his best work. I mean, he was great throughout the series. I was a big fan of his art. But this was done incredibly well. The emotion behind it, the flashbacks broke my heart, and broke my heart even further. The colorist Felipe mentioned on Twitter that he was listening to the Cranberries while coloring the flashback scenes, and was like, wow, twice in the feels right there. But everything came together so beautifully in that last issue that, as a fan of the old series, I felt like this issue was written for me. And as a fan of the new series, I feel that others who came in for the younger characters really got some great moments too. We finally, oh my God, got a kiss between Nathaniel and Benjamin. And I had been waiting for that. Like, that was my other ship I was really pulling for, and that there was a lot of character growth for everyone. And honestly, I'm just really sad we're not going to see where that gets to go. So overall, minus my little contention that I had that was mostly with some of the fan reactions and not the comic itself, definitely check out Generation X. The second volume should be coming out shortly on trade. So just pick up both volumes and read what you guys totally missed when it was out in comic shops. And then let Marvel know, hey, we want to read more about these characters, because Lord knows I can't be doing this all by myself. So I just want to say a big shout out to the team who brought us Generation X, Christina, Amilcar, and Felipe. Thank you guys for creating a wonderful experience, for really doing justice to the original series. And I look forward to supporting you guys on whatever your next project may be. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This has been Alicia G with the New Review, and you're watching New Release Wednesday. Peace.